Hey guys, it's Blake Fuller and I'm back with a special treat for you. We just had today the full running of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, and I've been watching the practice of the Teslas racing this year. As you can tell, I'm not there this year. I'm actually sitting in the 2016 record-breaking car, the Model S, and what I'm excited to share with you is going to be a comparison between this vehicle, which set the record in 2016, the 2020 record Tesla Model 3 that the whole community helped support and put us to the checkered flag in first place in exhibition, and going to be comparing it to the new Tesla Model S Plaid driven by Randy Pobst. Why this is so important today is that they actually made the race shorter to where the upper section was never run in the race. So while I've been editing this together as kind of a sneak peek for the race, when I found out they were going to close the top section, I figured let's just go ahead and show what would have happened had the Model S I'm sitting in versus the Tesla Model 3 gone against Randy in the Model S Plaid. So big thanks to Unplugged Performance for approving us using some of their footage, and Randy, congratulations on your win today. And I'm hoping if you guys like this, I will do a few more comparisons from Pikes Peak and from other tracks, and we've got some other great footage, so make sure that you subscribe to this channel and definitely enjoy the commentary as I go through some of the differences between the unique personalities of the two Model S's and the Model 3 that set the record last year. So thanks a lot, guys. Let's check it out.
Starting off with the course map, this is the upper section. In practice, you break the course down into thirds, and this last third, which is made up of a 4-mile length with an average grade of 6.4%, starts at around 12,800 feet, which is Devil's Playground. This is where the race ended in 2021, but we're going to focus on this section to be able to show some big differences between the cars, especially as it comes to the elevation. This is sped up, and we're about to take the green flag for practice coming out of Devil's Playground. You can see the elevation on the right, a steep initial climb into the left-hand turn here, which starts the downhill section towards Bottomless Pit. Up into Bottomless Pit, when we watch the video of the three cars, they're pretty dead even to that point. But as we start to climb out of it, that's where the Plaid starts to pull away. And as we get around into the section, this is a bit of a almost downhill again here. And as it curves to the right, this is the segment where the Plaid just pulls away from both of the cars. Into the braking, the Model 3 is actually pretty quick. And out of those sections, the Model 3 does well through Gravel Pit. Into Boulder Park, as indicated by all of the boulders that are around. This is going to get our section is between mile marker 18 and 19. This is a kind of a long rolling uphill climb that hitting the apexes correctly as well as a correct line through the bumpy sections is so important. And even that high-speed left, it has to be taken with caution. Here coming into the hairpin, I've rotated the map so that it's more facing upwards, and as we curve around to the right, we are going to get to our final hairpin. At this point, the Plaid is almost 20 seconds ahead as it accelerates out of the last turn to the left into the finish line. Now that we've seen the overview with the Model 3, let's get into the videos, where on the top left will be Randy in the Plaid, bottom left Model 3, bottom right and top right are the 2016 car. Let's send it. Wow. That Plaid is quick. And again, that was a steep uphill climb. Now we're coming, and this is at the actual race, or should I say regular speed. Now we're coming down into Bottomless Pit. You'll notice that actually the Plaid is not that far ahead of the other two cars, but as mentioned, as we accelerate away from here, this is where the Plaid starts to run away. The Model 3 starts to catch up with the P90DL, because the more and more we get into the climbing, the more that the previous Model S would not be able to maintain its almost 700 horsepower. And it'll be about this section here where Randy's tires are slightly coming up to temperature. He does have full slicks, even with 1,000 horsepower and that much weight. It takes a bit of time to get some heat in the temps and also to get the car up to a confidence feeling into the braking zone. Randy, you can hear the brakes just getting up to temperature there. Look at the Model 3 on the bottom left. It's still making that climb that Randy's already cleared. Just about here is where the Model 3 starts to catch up with the previous Model S. Again, Randy's getting through Boulder Park and about to clear Boulder Park into the right-hand uphill climb. And about now, he's going to just start checking out. The Model 3 is now making its uphill climb. The Model S, when driving it, my version, I could definitely feel it's starting to pull back power. Instead of 450, 500 kilowatt, we're somewhere 350 to 400. It's struggling. And at that point, the weight is working against it versus the 1,000 horsepower. Randy looked already into the hairpin. As he comes out of the hairpin, you can see the other two cars still making the uphill climb. Randy is just coming up to sightline for the final right-hand turn. And that final hairpin. I've just cleared the hairpin in the bottom right with the Model S, and the Model 3 is on its way towards that final right hairpin. Randy's now cleared the finish. Look at that. Time of 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Wow. Model 3 coming through the final turn here. It looks so easy and lethargic, but there's a lot of fine adjustments that have to happen with the steering. The steering is much quicker on the Model 3 than the Model S. So it takes very finite movements, and for the final section, now comes through 8 seconds later, the P90DL.
Wow, that Tesla Model S Plaid is really, really quick. What else I find interesting is that at Pikes Peak, the Model S platform with a little bit longer wheelbase actually allows it to be a bit more stable at some of the higher speed transitions where the Model 3 sometimes will get a little unsettled. There's a lot of reasons for that. We can do an engineering explanation of it possibly later, but my takeaway is I really want a Tesla Model S Plaid, and the good news is that one is supposedly on its way to me. But we do want to go ticket racing, so I'll be providing some more information on my Patreon. If you'll check it out, it's patreon.com, Electric Performance, and that'll share a little bit more about what we're looking to do for racing this summer, hopefully in a Model S Plaid, and set some new records and make history together. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and looking forward to sharing a lot more great content with you guys, as I always have, and looking forward to the future together. Take care. It would be a production electric, the fastest production electric car.
Okay.